Hi, everyone. This is Joseph Hall, Kelly Strayhorn Theater, the executive director there. This is 19 Minutes with Joseph Hall, and today I am chatting with Jane Gabriels. She's the executive director of Made in BC and Canada. So I'm going to loop her in, and I hope you'll join us for the conversation. All right, we are connecting with Jane. Jane, hello.
Okay, good. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay. It's like colder than I thought. I'm like, oh
Okay.
shit. Yeah.
You can always go back inside.
I know, but then I have to run. Anyway, this is not my
Oh,
backyard. Not my backyard. I came out here special because I was like,
th-
people need to see water. They need to see the green.
this is
Yeah.
incredible. Where are you?
So this is Vancouver, BC. This is Stanley Park.
Wow.
Yeah, far away from the Bronx, but my heart's there. But
Far away from Pittsburgh, too.
I know. Wait, I'll show you the mountains next. Can you see
Please.
them? Way out there. Anyway, okay, I'm back. We have
That's
19
incredible. How
minutes.
far how far away is that from your house?
Like a 5 minute walk.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, maybe
Good.
10.
Well, thank you, Jane.
Yes.
Thanks for
Thank
joining me
you.
today. I appreciate
Yes.
you.
So
Yeah,
always good to see you. Oh,
thank you.
yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Joseph, oh my God. How is it going?
it's going well. It's every day's eventful.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
so glad you started your job now. It's the
yeah,
precise
yeah.
moment. Yeah.
It's perfect timing. Yeah. So Jane,
It
I
kind
know
of is though
you.
for you. Yeah, because you
What's
can
that?
handle it. You can handle it. You'll be fine.
Yes.
It's like perfect.
So,
Yeah.
but Jane,
Tell me.
we know each other, but for the folks who
Oh,
are
yeah.
joining us who
There's other
don't know
people.
you,
Right.
so I know Jane Gabriels from the work I did in New York.
Yeah.
She is the executive director of Pepetian and of Made in BC, Dance on Tour in Canada. Um, Jane, what do you want to add to that? Who are you? How do we know each other?
I know Joseph. Oh my God. So I met Joseph working at BAD. We did a bunch of projects together, and it was like seeing Joseph like masterfully take care of BAD and kind of get everybody in line in a beautiful way,
Yeah, in a
but
loving,
just in a
beautiful way.
loving, supportive, beautiful way. No, but that was really cool. And just like, it was so easy to connect with you. And then we had some great projects going on, and you were always like, supportive and helping me out to kind of like, what about this? And I was like, oh, yeah, of course, let's do that.
And
Yeah,
Jane,
because I
Jane,
tell
will you
me,
just add a little bit more information about Pepetian and Made in
yep,
BC?
let me broaden it out. Right. There's other people listening. Forgetting. It's not just the social chat. Okay. So Pepatien is a very cool organization. We have an amazing spring 2020 planned. It's a virtual symposium, which I'm
Mm,
excited about, which is really wild. I'm going off tangent already, but just that to move all this stuff online, it's like a jolt, but it's interesting because
yeah.
something else is happening. Okay, so Pepetien, it's a 35-year-old organization in the Bronx. I started working there a hell a long time ago and never thought I'd stay this long, but there's always something that I'm like, oh, but then there's always something else that draws me back in because it's exciting. There's always something
Hmm.
new. And I work a lot with the artists there that I've known for a long time. So we're kind of like co-directing it right now, and making this thing
Who are the artists that you're co-directing it with?
with Caridad de la Luz, Rockefeller, a little bit of Fana Frazier, and a little bit of Noemi Segarra Ramirez, and Alicia Diaz a little bit. It's like a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like
That's great.
Selena Rivera. Yeah, yeah.
That's great.
And then I got a job out here because I did whatever I did this doctorate and I wrote about the nonprofit organizations and the artists in the Bronx because I really wanted to support everything that we had all been doing, and I was like, I knew I could do it, and I was fired up to do it, and I didn't drop it. I didn't because I had Arnaldo Lopez de Pregón. He's like, come on, you can do it, and Pedron
Uh-huh.
was like, come on, and anyway, staying on point. So there's all of that. But then it was really hard to get the different work going on. And I wanted to protect Pepetian, and Pepetian can't really handle a lot. So I was able to get this also really great job in Vancouver, which was a total left turn, was not expected,
Hmm.
didn't know anyone out here, totally moved for the job. But other things are happening that are really interesting. Like now I have a residency project here, just like the one we started in the Bronx like 6 or 7 years ago.
Hmm.
And there was a grant deadline, and I was like, it's perfect. I can apply for this. We've already figured all these things out. I've already made different mistakes. And so, and we just got, and I'm really happy to say that that residency just got funding here for its second year.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah, and we're going to bring
Congratulations.
the first group of artists to BAD in the spring to
Mm.
kind of like BCBX connection that
Mm.
no one will think of. And there's something so funny about it because it's so like the what, it's
Hmm.
so left field. Yeah.
And
Anyway,
what is the core of your work at Made in BC?
yeah. First, I hope to change the name. Don't tell anybody. But
Don't tell anybody. We're just broadcasting to.
I know it's terrible, but it's okay. Maybe you know. Made in BC dash dance on tour. It was begun for a very beautiful reason. It's like the New York State Dance Force. I don't know if you
Okay.
know that. You know that thing.
Hmm.
So the deal is like, as many places, a lot of dance happens in Vancouver, but way up in the north or BC or interior BC, like there's theaters there. It's Canada, so there are theaters there, proper
Yeah.
theaters. But it's like trying to get dance in these different places. Also, for some theaters, the idea of contemporary dance is still something they're wrapping their heads around, which I've
Hmm.
had to be very patient with and kind of like just like understand like that's where it's at. I grew up in a very rural small town, so I know that I can just call
Hmm.
my brother to get that input.
Uh-huh.
Um, so the deal is that there's like 10 theaters throughout BC, and we there's a showcase, and we tried it, and we have different projects, and we're trying to move dance into these different places, and also to create different connections, create more opportunities for the artists, and also
Hmm.
in Canada, dance is really super focused in Montreal and Toronto. Those are the major centers. There's a little bit on the East Coast, but in the West, like from Alberta, like there's different. There just needs to be more support for it. We
Okay.
all know that dance is cool and what it does, but
Yeah, more
there's
support for dance in
yeah,
Canada, in the US,
everywhere. Exacto. Thank you for
everywhere.
reminding me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Let's get bigger.
amen.
Yeah.
So
Ugh.
in this moment, Jane, I
Yeah.
wanna connect with you. How are you doing? And then
Ooh,
how
that's
is
kind.
your arts community doing?
Okay, so I think I'm doing pretty good. I've gone
Yeah.
3 weeks without seeing a single soul that I
Oh my
know,
gosh.
and which everybody is in a way, I think. Don't tell me if you're not. But but I feel kind of proud of myself, like that the phone and these online things are working.
Yeah.
And I am lucky that I am near here. So when I get sick of everything, I can come out and see the trees kind of give you their love. And
Yes.
suddenly you really feel like they are talking to you. And they always were. You're just more noticing them now and the birds and everything. Okay. It's cold. So in the BC, in the BC dance community, I think they're kind of like what's that word for this feeling of just like wow, having the rug out from under them. Because
Yeah.
look, I mean, part of me was laughing on the way over. Here we are as human beings, like, okay, we need to change. How do we change? Let's change. Mother Nature's like, I'll show you. Like, now you see what change is like. Now
Yeah.
let's see it. so
What do
so I
you
think they're
what are the like changes that you're observing or that you're interested in?
I think thank you, Joseph, for keeping me on track. I think some of the changes are we're alone together. There's that beautiful phrase. I
Yeah.
think some of the changes are that different people are reaching out, like, how are we as a community, as a group of people, going to help each other and help all the people that we work with for and with, service organizations? There's going to be a meeting in like an hour with a whole group of art service organizations in Vancouver, mostly a little bit of BC, but mostly Vancouver, which
Hmm.
has been really personally great because I'm learning a lot more about the other nonprofits here.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, what else is going on? And then with the dancers, we're trying to keep in touch. It's also, uh, I don't know. I feel like there's something else I want to do with the artists, and I'm not.
Like in this particular moment?
Yeah, because it's like I'm also figuring out the placement of this organization in like the scene here,
Right.
and it's a smaller city, so different things come up, and people know me, but they don't know me. It's very different. Bronx, 20 years, they know me.
Mhm. And
Here, two
how
years,
long have you been the director there?
2 years.
2 years. Okay.
Yeah, my the phone's shaking because my hand is shaking.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna warm it up.
I'm impressed that you're staying out there and you haven't headed back.
No, I know I'm not going to.
Okay.
It's too, no, I'm not going to. So I'm learning how, but honestly, speaking in you confidentially, no, but I think what I'm going to do is just have, I think what I have to do is just have individual conversations, maybe not this formal, being public about it,
Yeah.
because I ramble, so I don't want to inflict that on people. But I do want to, I started, like, I'm going to have two, and then this week, just as check-ins, and we
Okay.
had one group artist, so just conversation, basically,
Yeah.
conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Um, so
Ugh.
for folks who have joined us after we connected, I just want to remind people that I'm Joseph Hall, the executive director of Kelly Strayhorn Theater, and I'm speaking with Jane Gabriels, Dr. Jane Gabriels, the director of Made in BC, Dance on Tour, and of Pepatian. This is a series that happens every Tuesday called 19 Minutes with Joseph Hall. We are reclaiming the 19 from COVID-19. We are taking those 19 minutes and, really sharing and being with each other in that, in those 19 minutes. So thanks, Jane.
Thanks.
I wonder, do you have any advice for me as a new ED, as a new executive director?
As if you're doing like you're great, Joseph. And this, you're going to surprise everybody with the depth of information and facility, like just your abilities are going to be great. And they're very lucky to have you. And you're working with Ben, and the two of you are like, that's exciting for me to hear. And, more is going to come out of this because it really is about these connections and conversations. And
Mhm.
we're doing these different exchanges here in Vancouver and in the Bronx. So what do we go to Pittsburgh? I don't know. But like there's
Let's
different
make
things
it
that can happen.
happen.
I'd love to. It's important just for the like yeah, just to keep it. That's the most important thing I think is just at these moments to keep whatever continuity we can going
Yeah.
because that's good for us because we're wired that way to keep things going. It's great for the artists because they need us. They need to lean on people and we have to be there to support. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So you're
Yeah,
fine. You don't need
you,
advice.
you're reminding me that, lots of folks are, obviously we're in this moment where funds are kind of being redirected to human
Yeah.
service and healthcare. And, that is much needed and very understandable. And it is expected that some arts organizations downsize or furlough staff or, what
Terrified.
have you. But I'm constantly reminded that we always have so much work to do. There is always work to be done, even in this moment. If we are, re-envisioning, reimagining our,
Yeah.
physical in-person programming as digital, global, online, virtual programming, or even
Yeah.
planning for the future. That wow, what a privilege it is. Not a privilege, but to take maybe a pause in the in-person programming to plan
Yeah.
for the future.
Yeah. That's
Which,
great. And I think it's really also about these things. What we're doing is about relationships, like,
yeah,
which is a weird, like that word, but it does count. Like, that's why you just wrote me out of nowhere. I'm like, yeah, of course, Joseph, yes, or Ben, yeah, of course. It's because there's an easy connection and like, it already the conversations, goes to another place because I don't have to introduce you. I'm not formal with you.
yeah,
Um, so yeah, it's doing what we can and also the other thing of like, if all of a sudden you're just like exhausted, then you just have to stop because and we all know this, but it's not real. It's not a
oh wait,
it
what is
is
that I hear?
that's a little geese there. Hi.
That's,
It wanted to get in the
yes,
conversation.
they want to be in the conversation, and that amazing tree behind you.
Yeah. Oh, there they go.
Lovely. But yes, I think taking this moment and connecting. What I'm learning is that
Tell me.
what an amazing opportunity we have right now to connect globally. That the audience, the artists we're supporting, it's certainly local, but even beyond local. That we're connecting as a kind of
Yes,
global arts community. Yeah.
totally. Yeah,
Um,
I think that's something I could tell me.
go ahead.
No, 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 that's something I can maybe that's, having these personal conversations, but maybe it's also trying to see if I can get some Bronx and BC artists together talking about, It'll be weird because they don't know each other. Anyway,
But it feels like some of us are. I like to say where a lot of us are learning in this moment.
yes,
We are learning what this moment is and how to kind of do our work, how to be flexible and malleable with our work, with our
yeah.
time. Um,
I think the funders have been pretty cool about it also because they're like, yeah, just make something happen. That's great. Thanks. Like, like just maneuver it. You got it. Great. Thanks. See ya. So that's cool. Because
so,
the thing is, we are going to. Yeah.
oh yeah, we always do. We always do. That's not even a
Yeah.
question.
We don't have to worry. Yeah.
So Jane, if you were to think about, and actually, have you been to Pittsburgh before?
I've been there a couple times, or once I know for sure with what the hell is the big meeting, the annual meeting they have every year. It's based in New Orleans.
NPM.
National, yes, they had it in
Yes,
Pittsburgh. Yeah, I was there.
National Performance Network. They were here
That's it.
maybe 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. So you did you go to the Kelly Strayhorn Theater for the performances?
I must have,
Yeah.
without knowing.
If
Oh
you
yeah, of
went to
course
the
I did. I remember.
performances, you've been to
Yeah, we had a
KST.
shot at
Yeah.
rum with Marianne beforehand.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, if you had advice to share with my community here in Pittsburgh,
Yeah,
what would that be?
I think just what you're doing, staying in conversation with people. I think we have to think big, but then also really local. Like, where are you sitting? How are you feeling? And not like, but just kind of like keeping a balance of things.
Yeah.
Because it's about the long term. This is going to change. Like it is changing everything, but it is also going to change in itself. And we just have to like stay open about it and flexible and use all the skills and resources that we've been taught from the arts in our work to keep it going.
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
Any any other thoughts or things that you'd like to
Um,
bring up?
what else?
What?
Well, one thing that's been kind I mean, my data's getting low, so we might cut out. But
Okay.
I think that, well, one positive news, oh, I don't know. I don't want to talk about, like, whatever. We've kind of flattened the curve a little bit out here. So, not that it's done or over, but it's really nice when you hear that because you feel like a boost of happiness about it. There's some research going on with an organization in the States about what might happen after this, which is
Hmm.
basically like theaters maybe having smaller groups of people coming in
Hmm.
and thinking about how to organize a space so that people can enjoy the art but not feel like not worry. That's going to be interesting, and it's so wild, right? We have to listen to the scientists.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
we listen to
Well,
what the Mhm.
what I also find kind of incredible is that I feel like the so many of the artists that we've worked with have been working in these ways for a long time.
True.
If you think of artists who do site specific or immersive work, or
Yep.
they want a different type of more intimate experience with their
True.
audience. They have
True.
made restrictions like, okay, 30 audience members
Good,
at a
Joseph.
time or whatever.
Yes.
That I love kind of
Following their
how
lead.
artists have been leading in ways
Yes.
that aren't even as clear to people until this moment. I feel like
I agree. That is so
even this
true.
use of technology.
Yes, totally true. And I jumped in because I was like, I want to give a shout out to Noemi Segarra Ramirez in Puerto
Yes,
Rico. It's like,
yes,
talk about being on the forefront of all this. They're like, check, been there. This is just another wave. But I think not to, but just like, yeah, like her whole thing of Piso Proyecto was about how to bring people together, not to be in performance together, but how to be together
yeah.
through movement. Yeah, really beautiful work.
She's great.
Yeah.
I hope to talk with her through this series.
Oh, good. Oh my God, that's great. I'd love to hook you up with that.
That'd be great. Cool.
Yeah.
So Jane, we're at our 19 minutes. Um,
Perfect.
but I want to shout out, how can folks follow Made in BC or any of
Made
the
in
projects that
BC.
you're working on?
Yeah, I mean, we're set up sort of on Instagram, Made in BC, Dance on Tour. Pepetienne is not so set up on Instagram. You can get in touch with me. Pepetienne at gmail.com. You're never going to know how to spell it. But contact Joseph and he'll forward it. Yeah. More
Yes.
work for Joseph. That's
Yeah.
mean. Just find me. Jane Gabriels. Find me and I'll hook you up.
And just a reminder that Kelly Strayhorn Theater has virtual programming now. It's called KST Global Stream. I think we have 5 events this week,
Cool.
which is a lot. Tomorrow we have an event with
Yeah.
Orlana Darkins Drury on Instagram Live. We have one with Ben Pryor, who Jane mentioned, our
Yay.
senior producer.
Yeah.
Let's Move. We have a conversation about dance. Check out our website and check us out on social media, KST Theater. Or KS Theater, rather, on those platforms. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you.
All
Bye.
right. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.